Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to another episode of the Honest Plan Podcast. I am your host, Tiana Hicks. Today, y'all, it is National Savings Day. So, I had to come and deliver some gems, and I really want to talk about 4 fairly easy ways that you can save your first $1,000. Y'all, there is a crazy statistic that shows that majority of Americans don't have enough to even cover a $1,000 emergency. And once you get older, you'll start to see that $1,000 is just really not a lot. So if you have an emergency and it's $1,000, honestly, it's sort of on the cheaper end because things can get up there in price. So if you're a homeowner, when something happens to your house, you have to pay your deductible first before your insurance will do anything. With your car, you might have to pay your $500 deductible. Some people even have $1,000 deductible, just depending on what type of, car insurance that they have. So only having $1,000 just isn't a lot. And just to think of, some people don't even have that. So that's why I'm like, okay, let's come on here and let's talk about 4 easy ways that you can save $1,000 right now in 3 months or less. So we're going to get the ball rolling. We have about 3 months left of the year. So what can we be doing right now? So by the end of the year, by December 31st, we have $1,000. Or whenever you're listening to this podcast, in 3 months, what can I do to save my first $1,000? So let's go ahead and get started. So first things first, let's just break it down with like simple math. So if we're saying 3 months or less, give or take, that's 90 days and 12 weeks. Sometimes it's more depending on if there's 5 weeks in the month, all that type of stuff. But let's just say for mental math, it's 12 weeks and 90 days. So if we just do the math on that, 90 days and 12 weeks, what you're looking at is saving $84 a week or $168 bi-weekly or $334 a month. For me and how I get paid, and even when I've been working with other people, it's kind of easier to think about it on a weekly basis. Like, what do I need to be doing every week, instead of having this big goal hang over you? Like, okay, I have to come up with $334. And although that's not a lot of money, if you are a person where you're just now starting off, it can just kind of seem intimidating. So let's break it down. Let's just focus on $84 a week for 12 weeks. So what are some things that we can do to make sure that we're getting $84 a week, which brings us to step 2. I want you to pick a side gig. There are so many different side gigs, and I know side gigs get a bad rep, but just hear me out. We're only sticking to this for about 3 months or less, and you never know. You might start doing it and you like it and it's not that tedious, and you're seeing your account grow. And after you save your $1,000, you can switch and start to put an extra $84 a week towards debt. You just never know. So just hear me out, y'all. Just hear me out, okay? So I want you to pick a side gig. That can be Uber Eats. That can be DoorDash. That can be Instacart. That can be Amazon Flex. That can be VIP Kids. Whatever side gig is available that will make sure that you get $84 a week. Right now, we're breaking it down weekly. If you want to get like a part-time job, feel free to do that. I like to lean more towards side gigs because it's flexible. It's flexible with your schedule. You're not having to log in and clock out and do all these things at a set time every single week or every single day. It's more flexible. We are working 9 to 5s. We're building businesses. So we need something that's flexible, something that will help us achieve our financial goals, but still allow us to be flexible. So that is why I recommend side gigs to people. So pick a side gig. And we are trying to make $84 a week. With that, honestly, you guys, with my experience with just doing side gigs and my experience with working with my clients and walking them through that is $84 might take you one day, about 4 to 5 hours, knocking it out. Since we know that this is not something that we're devoting our entire life to, this is not something that we're super passionate about, I want you to maximize your time. How I want you to do that is I want you to pick out, yes, the best day that works for you, but also go on the apps and figure out, okay, what's the most high value day that the majority of orders come through. Maybe it might not be beneficial for you to, do the gig on a Wednesday if the app is showing you that, okay, Wednesdays, we don't really get that many orders. So yeah, you're spending 4 to 5 hours, but maybe you didn't reach your $84 goal. So make sure that you're picking out the high volume days, and working on those days, about 4 to 5 hours. It may even be lower. If it's a really, really, really good day, you may be able to knock it out in about 3 to 4 hours. You just never know. And so high volume days. And then I also want you to get high value orders. So don't just, feel like you have to accept everything that comes in, because there's really a method to actually making money on these gigs and not wasting your time. High volume days, high value orders. So that means if you're doing something like Instacart, that means don't really be picking up a lot of $7 orders and $5 orders, $9 orders. Look for, the 10 and up, the 12 and up, the $15 and up, so that you are maximizing your time. Listen, we only got 4 to 5 hours to get this thing done. We're devoting one day a week. That's it. So high volume days, high value orders, pick a side gig. Okay? That's step 2. That's what I want you to do. Step 3, or option 3, I should say. Let's say you're like, Tiana, listen, my schedule is just so chaotic. Maybe you're in school full time. Maybe you have a full-time job and a kid and a spouse at home, whatever. So if picking up a gig just is not feasible for you, doesn't work in your schedule, go on a 90-day detox. A 90-day detox. Again, why do I feel so much pressure doing this episode? I feel like people are like, Tiana is crazy. Tiana is absolutely insane. I'm not doing it. But no, hear me out. A 90-day detox. It sounds like a lot. You can do it. Remember your why. Keep the main thing, and keep your eyes on the goal, which is hitting your first $1,000 in your savings account in 90 days or less. So go on a 90-day detox. What that looks like is stripping yourself from all of your unnecessary spending, really all of the wants, and only focusing on your needs. That might look like doing your own grooming. That might look like, not eating out at all for 90 days. Also, strategically shopping, strategically meal prepping, and having a list. And I'm not saying a Target list, ladies. We all know about the Target list. I'm only getting toothpaste and I'm only getting toilet paper. Go into Target and now we're leaving with sandals, makeup, because, Targets are starting to put Ultas in the Target. As if Target was not already tempting enough. Y'all are going to put an Ulta? Why are you going to do us like that? Come on, Target. We love you. Target is bae. Target is sis. But come on. Ulta, for real? Why are you going to do us like that? So, not a Target list, but a real concrete list. And maybe during this 90 days, cut out Target. You can't go to Target. You got to shop at Food Line. I'm not even going to say Walmart. I'm not even going to do you like that. Maybe you got to shop at Food Line. Maybe you got to shop at Harris Teeter. Harris Teeter is great. Lowe's Foods. There's other options out there. But, create a boundary and create systems so that you're not even in these stores to be tempted and, to renege on your 90-day detox. Okay? So go on a 90-day detox and strip yourself of all of the wants and only focus on the needs. And I bet you just by doing that and actually have it written down in your budget. So let's say your budget typically consists of $200 a month on eating out and $100 of allowance for yourself to get your nails done and your hair done. Remember, all of that's going away for just 90 days. 90 days. And when I say grooming, I mean like do what you can. I know, like, I'm not a hairstylist. Like, I'm not that big on, get my nails done. I can do without it. Like, I love having my nails done, but if I can't, it's okay. But with my hair, I can't do hair. I am not a hairstylist. So that's like a grooming that I don't really feel that comfortable doing myself, especially, y'all, my hair is locked now. When I was a loose natural, I could throw it up in a bun. I could brush my hair back. I could slick my edges down. With this, I do not know how to do anything. So do the grooming that you can. So maybe you're not an expert at waxing, but if you can, get you some little press-ons, some $10 press-ons instead of $60 fill-ins, or $75 full sets. I don't know how much the things cost. I'm just coming up with numbers. But instead of doing those things, cut back and do press-ons, or cut back and use the nail polish that's already at home. Yeah, it doesn't look the greatest, but it's only 3 months. Temporary, just so you can get to your first $1,000, okay? That's option 3. If you do not want to do a gig, then do option 3. Do your 90-day detox and focus on saving that $334 a month. I'm detoxing my budget so I can free up $334 a month. What subscriptions can you get rid of? It's going to look like sacrifice. I understand, but we're working hard to reach a specific goal, okay? Option 4 is do an envelope challenge. There are so many different envelope challenges and templates on Google or Pinterest that you can do. So, and they range anywhere from like, how can I save $1,000 in a month to how can I save $1,000 in a year? So pick the time frame that works best for you. If you know that saving $1,000 in 3 months just isn't that feasible with your schedule and your financial responsibilities, it's okay. Don't stress yourself out about it. If it has to be $1,000 in 5 months, if it has to be $1,000 in 8 months, whatever it is, the goal is to just save your first $1,000. We already said majority of Americans don't even have $1,000. So it doesn't matter how long it takes you to get there as long as you can get there. So choose an envelope challenge. And an envelope challenge is really kind of like exactly what it sounds like. So a lot of people will like get loose envelopes and they'll write a number on it. Back to our 3 months or less, let's just say your goal is to have your $1,000 in 3 months or 2 months. So one challenge that you can do is for 50 days, put $20 in an envelope. So you can get out exactly 50 envelopes, and on each envelope you can write $20, $20, $20, $20, $20 for 50 days. And every day your goal is to put a $20 bill in there, a $20 bill in there, and a $20 bill in there. And by the end of the 50 days, you'll have $1,000. So there's so many different ones. There's like ones where you can do each envelope can have a different total. So it can be $5, $10, $15 one day, $20 the next day, and then back to $5 the next day. So figure out what's best suitable for you and do that challenge. But let's say you do want to do the 50 days, $20 a piece. This is how you can do it. Remember, I am all about planning, being strategic with your time, strategic with your money. Okay, let's do a scenario. So let's say you work a 9 to 5 and you're trying to figure out how can you save $20 each day for 50 days to save your first $1,000. This is what we can do. So let's say you have to go to work every single day for your 9 to 5. Instead of you leaving work and going straight home at 5 o'clock, 5 o'clock for most places is rush hour. Here, I live in North Carolina. Leaving work right at 5 o'clock when I was in corporate, coming from Durham to Raleigh, like I was in traffic for about an hour. I didn't ever get home until about 6:15. I was in traffic for about an hour and 15 minutes every single day. I would just put on a podcast. I already knew I was going to be in traffic. I would, do my bathroom breaks at work because I knew it was going to be a while until I got home. I would even kind of eat a snack before I got on the road just because I know everybody's on their way home. So this is how we can maximize our time and hit our savings goal. Instead of you going straight home after work, what would it look like you staying local in that area for about an hour and doing 1 to 2 orders? Back to our side gigs, doing 1 to 2 orders. On a good day, you can get one order that's more than $20. You can get one order for $25. Boom. And knock it out in an hour or less. That's your $20 for the day. And now I go home. And so it doesn't really feel like adding much to your schedule because you were already going to be sitting in traffic for an hour. You already wasn't going to get home until 6 o'clock, 6:15 anyway. So why not? Just stay local for a second, handle your business for an hour, then drive home at 6. And so not only have you, gotten closer to your savings goal, but you also are going home and there's no traffic. You've already, the traffic is already gone now. You're going home, it's smooth sailing. You'll be there in about 25, 30 minutes. That's how you make things work. That's how you budget in your savings goal. And that's how you maximize the time that you have now. You have to get strategic. You have to get strategic. I have a podcast episode coming up soon where I'm talking about time is your best friend. When you're down on your luck, time is your best friend. How can you maximize your time? This is how you can maximize your time. If you only have an hour to spend every single day, what can you do with that hour? You can make something shake with that hour, even if it's just $20. $20 for 50 days is $1,000. Majority of Americans don't even have $1,000. Can you sacrifice an hour? I believe you can. But let's say you have a business. You're like, Tiana, I don't have to do the gigs. I have a business. What can I do there and still reach my $1,000 savings goal less than 3 months? Okay, why don't, instead of you think about the $20 every day for 50 days, let's think about $140, which is still $20 a day. But for businesses, it's kind of easier to think about it on a week by week basis. How much do I have to make every week? Because not every business makes money every single day. And you don't want your savings challenge to get you bogged down. Let's just think of my business has to make $140 every single week for about 8 weeks. What does that look like? Do you have a service or a product that makes more than that? Let's say you have a service and product or a product that's $200 or $300, whatever it is, but it's looking like, okay, I need to market. I can't have days that I don't market my business. I need to be screaming it from the rooftop. I need to make sure that everybody knows I have this product, I have this service. Can I collaborate with people and get in front of their audience so more people can lay eyes on my stuff? Social media, it's all about how many people actually see your service or your product. You can have the best thing since sliced bread, but if no one knows about it, it's going to be hard to sell. If you're doing it where you want your business to make your first $1,000, you have to get in front of the most people as possible. You're going to have to. And on the days or on the weeks that you fall a little short, we have our gigs. We have our gigs. Do not feel ashamed to tap back into that, even if you have a business. It's A-okay. Business has its ebbs and flows. It has its up times. It has its down times. For me, my down times in business is during the summer. During the summer, no one's really checking for their money. You know, like no one wants to sit down and have a conversation with me and budget out their money. Like everyone is on vacation. Everyone is at the beach. Everyone is living their life, taking care, you know, just having fun, making memories with their families. So now I'm starting to plan for that. Okay. That means January to about May, like I need to be pushing because I know from June to August, it's going to be crickets. So don't pressure yourself. If you know it's going to be it's a slow season in your business, maybe it's around the holidays, don't pressure yourself to, always make the 140 and feel like that's the only way you can do it. Lean on the gigs, y'all. Lean on the gigs. They're your best friend. I know no one's like, yeah, I want to be a professional DoorDasher, or yeah, I want to be a professional Instacarter, but it's easy money. It's easy money, and it gets you closer to your goals. It's flexible, no time commitment. You do it when you see fit. You do it when you have an extra hour of your day. Use it to your advantage. If you have not reached your first $1,000, use it to your advantage. 60 to 90 days. Just give it a shot. For 60 to 90 days, you can do 60 days, an hour a day. You can do 90 days, 4 to 5 hours a week. Whichever one you want to do. So I believe that this is so doable for all of us. So I want us to come together as a community and let's work together to save our first $1,000. I'm going to do it with you. I'm going to do it with you. And I'm going to do the gigs right along with you. Let's do it together. So from now until the end of the year, so December 31st, 2022, I am going to be every week checking in with you guys on our savings challenge. Where we at? This is what has worked for me. This is, what's getting me tripped up. And we're actually going to be able to talk to each other about it. So from now until December, I am going to be checking in every single week, and you'll be able to talk to me if you have any concerns on your challenge. We're going to be doing it together. In order to get in on the fun, what I want you to do is text the word challenge to my phone number at 984-266-7909. Again, text me the word challenge to 984-266-7909, and I'll be sure to send you the link to make sure that you are in the know. And so I check in with you every single day to hold you, not every single day. No, listen, I'm not going to check in every single day. I'm checking every single week from now until the end of the year to make sure and hold you accountable to save your first $1,000 in 90 days or less. Text me challenge to 984-266-7909. And I cannot wait to win in money with you. Come on, let's go. $1,000. Come on, we can do it. Let's go. So I hope this episode was helpful for you guys. Love you so much, and I will see you inside the challenge. Bye.